Well, I'm here with Lori Ackerman. She's the Executive Director of the Ollie Webb Center, and Jim Hoggett, the Artistic Director. We've got a couple of production coming up that we're going to talk to you about, Jim, in just a moment. But Lori, tell me about the Ollie Webb Center and what is your mission and what do you do?
Absolutely. So the Ollie Webb Center supports individuals with developmental disabilities and their families. And so we have a wide array of programs and services to do that, from very direct support services, for example, helping people find jobs in the community, helping them live independently in their own homes. We have a very large continuing education department. Jim will talk a little bit more about that because it kind of piggybacks with our Art of Imagination program. We do mentoring services. We do family services where we support the parents as well.
And how long has Ollie Webb Center been around?
Since 1952. Combination.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we're a merged organization, but one piece of our program has been around since 1952.
Okay.
So a long time.
Yeah, a long time, but doing really wonderful work in the community and helping so many people. So should we talk about the production?
Sure.
The upcoming production?
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
This is, I've been with the organization for about 10 years,
Okay.
and I've seen it grow. And our specialty, at least in the theater world, is theater with people who have disabilities and don't have disabilities. So we do inclusive theater, and this production is called Marasco. It's a Russian folktale, and we have theater artists, like I just said, with and without developmental and intellectual disabilities. So we have hired professional theater artists to come in and perform and write and direct and create wonderful theater. And then we also have actors and other theater practitioners who don't have or who do have disabilities, and we're created a wonderful production. We did a play last year called The White Gander, and this play's called Marasco. And again, it's a Cinderella story about a young woman, and she has a wicked stepmother and some evil stepsisters who just treat her awfully. And of course, in the end, she's the happy one and gets everything she wants. And it's a wonderful story.
So how do you select, these?
We have an audition. Or do you mean the actual play?
The actual play, yeah, I'm curious about that.
That's the writer-director of this play is Jill Anderson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's wonderful, and she actually wrote and directed our last year's play. And she actually came up, she did research and came up with the play, and we decided, because last year our play was an Irish folktale, we decided we wanted to go with a similar formula, and she decided to do a Russian folktale.
Well, and it was kind of happenstance with our music director, if you want to say a little bit about Olga.
Oh yeah, Olga Smola, who is an associate professor at UNO, and she's from Russia, and she's amazing. She's a wonderful violinist and a music professor, and she's knows lots about Russia and Russian culture, and so she's come in and helped us a lot on the play, not just as a musician, but also as a sort of a culture specialist.
Okay.
Well, and the wonderful thing about our production as well is that it's very inclusive on all sides of it. So the back end, so we have a costume design class, for example, that we have, and they are creating a lot of the costumes that are going to be a part of the show. And then under the guidance, so for example, Olga has done a great job of saying, nope, that's not Russian. You need to make it look like this. So they're very involved in all that behind the scenes. We have some individuals who just prefer to be, on the back end, stage hands and so forth, and learning about all aspects of doing a performance like this, lighting, sound.
And that's how our continuing education program gets involved with the production too. We have a prop design class. We have, like you said, a costume class, and they actually create the props and the sets and the costumes for the production.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is like really unique because these are also these are productions that are created in a unique way for.
It is unique, but it's becoming less unique in that this type of theater is really spread around the country, and we've modeled our program on the Interact Center in Minneapolis. And since we've been doing this type of theater, it's grown even in Omaha. There's the Circle Theater, Francelou's theater company. They do theater without barriers. Y Arts is doing all kinds of workshops. The Monroe Meyer Institute, they do wonderful theater workshops as well. So it's growing even in the Omaha area.
Ours is probably the grandest scale production.
Yes,
so it's something that it's not just for family and friends of individuals in the production, but it truly is a wonderful piece of theater.
Yes.
People were blown away by the production last year, so we're hoping that more people want to even come and see it this year because it's going to be a great show.
Well, speaking of that, when is it?
November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
It's 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturdays and 6 o'clock on Sunday. And it's at the Scottish Rite Theater at 20th and Douglas. Yep.
Yeah, which is a beautiful,
beautiful
facility.
theater.
Yeah.
Wonderful backdrops to work with there too, and they've been a great community partner with us as well.
How can people buy tickets?
They can go online, so we have an Eventbrite link that people can connect with. Just go to our website, they'll be able to connect there and pay through PayPal and so forth. And they can also pay at the door too, if they desire that.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit just before we end about Honey Sunday, because that's
it's
coming
that time
up.
of year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a long-standing tradition. I actually just did a little research for this coming into here. I know it had been going on a very long time. This will be the 55th year that we will be doing Honey Sunday in Omaha. And actually,
oh my goodness.
Yes, it actually started with our Grand Island ARC chapter here in Nebraska.
Okay.
And their local JCs helped them sell a lot of honey, and then it expanded to all of the other, which were an ARC affiliate here in Omaha, and expanded to all the other chapters. And so we've been selling honey, I joke and say, since the honey was in glass jars, but now it's in plastic jars. So it's a great way, just supports all of our programs and services, and it's a great way that we get a lot of other community partners involved. Boys Town helps us sell a lot of honey door to door, so if you see those volunteers out, please hopefully buy some honey from them. Some local storefronts will also help us or let us sell honey that day, as well as a lot of businesses will sell too.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that was my question, is where people can find it, door to door, storefronts. Can you buy it online?
Yes and no. I mean, basically they can contact our office and we can arrange for that.
Okay.
So that would work too. But most of our honey is sold that day, door to door, or like I said, that following week throughout at businesses and so on. So it's $6 a jar, 2 for $10, and so on. So the more you buy, the more you save.
Okay, and so if people want to know more about Honey Sunday,
they can just go to our website. So there's information there. We're still looking for volunteers. We have, our core volunteer base, but there's always some people say, hey, nobody ever comes to my neighborhood, so we would welcome anybody who would like to sell in some of the other neighborhoods. So we have the whole city mapped out for that. And
and website again is
www.olliewebinc, OLLIEWEBBINC.org.
Okay. Thank you both, Lori and Jim, for coming on the show.
Having us. We
I'm
appreciate
excited
it.
for the production.
Absolutely, and buy a jar of honey to go along with all of your fall cooking and so forth. So.
Yeah, such a wonderful organization doing so much for so many in the community. So
thank you so much. We appreciate this opportunity.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Andy.
And we will be right back.